Have you ever looked at an Amazon page for a new TV and just been buried in buzzwords, Vision AI, Quantum HDR? What does it all mean? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to deconstruct Samsung's brand new 85-inch Neo QLED 4K TV using nothing but its own product page to figure out what's really going on.
So right off the bat, Samsung makes it super clear what their big bet is. It's not just about a massive screen or crazy bright colors. Nope. It's all about this one claim: our most advanced 4K AI processor. This is their hook, right? The thing that's supposed to make this TV smarter and better than anything else. And that's exactly what we're going to dig into.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll start with Samsung's big pitch, then we'll get into the brains of the operation, the tech. After that, we'll see what it's like to actually use it. And finally, we'll cover the practical stuff, from clicking buy to getting it on your TV stand.
All right, let's kick things off. What is this TV really all about? Let's see what Samsung has to say.
Okay, so the official name is the QN90F Series. It's a huge 85-inch 4K smart TV. But the real story here, the thing they're pushing, is this idea of Vision AI. Samsung is basically saying that artificial intelligence is the magic ingredient, the secret sauce that makes everything from the picture to the sound way, way better. All right, let's pop the hood and take a look inside. What is this advanced AI processor that's supposedly running the whole show? So they call it the NQ4 AI Gen 2 processor. The easiest way to think about it is like the TV's brain. It's this powerful little engine that takes literally anything you're watching, whether it's streaming a movie, playing a game, or watching sports, and uses AI to clean it up and make it look and sound absolutely incredible in 4K. And get this. According to the page, this processor uses 128 different AI neural networks. Now, look, 128 neural networks sounds super impressive, right? And it is a bit of a marketing term. But the core idea is pretty cool. Imagine 128 tiny little brains, all working at the same time, constantly analyzing and tweaking the picture to make it better, second by second. So what are these 128 little brains actually doing? Well, it's a three-step process. First, they look at every single scene and work on boosting the brightness and contrast. Then, they use these special AI formulas to take whatever you're watching, even old stuff, and upscale it to look sharp in 4K. And finally, they smooth out all the motion, which is just absolutely crucial if you're watching sports or playing a fast-paced game. Okay, so we talked about the brain, but what about the eyes? How does all that crazy processing power actually translate to what you see when you're sitting on your couch? Well, the product page points to three big things. First, there's something called Neo Quantum HDR Plus. That's just a fancy way of saying it makes the bright parts of the picture really bright and the dark parts really dark, giving you that awesome, dramatic contrast. Then there's the glare-free screen, which is designed to solve that classic problem of seeing your window in the middle of a dark scene. And finally, vivid color, which is all about pulling out every last bit of detail in the picture. And this quote from the page really just hits the nail on the head. Forget all the tech jargon for a moment. They say you can watch everything you love without distracting reflections so you can get lost in your content, even with sun streaming through your windows. I mean, come on, being able to actually watch TV during the day without seeing your own reflection, that's a huge, huge win for pretty much any living room. But it's not just about the picture, right? A great experience is about sound, and for a lot of us, gaming. So let's see what the product page says about that. Okay, for all you gamers out there, they're making some big promises. The big one is support for VRR, or variable refresh rate. If you've ever played a fast game and seen the screen kind of tear in the middle, VRR is what fixes that. It just means you get a much smoother, cleaner picture when things get chaotic. And here is the number that will make gamers' ears perk up. This TV can handle 4K gaming at up to a blistering 165 Hz. That is incredibly fast. But, and this is a really big but, you gotta read the fine print. To actually get that speed, you need a PC that can handle it, with a graphics card that's powerful enough to push all those frames. And what about the sound? Well, it's got something called Object Tracking Sound Plus, paired with Dolby Atmos. The whole idea here is to make the sound feel like it's happening all around you. So if a car drives from left to right on the screen, the sound follows it. If a helicopter flies overhead, you're supposed to hear it above you. It's all about creating that super immersive three-dimensional audio experience. Okay, the tech sounds amazing. But let's get real for a second. What are the practical things you need to know if you're actually thinking about buying one of these? let's just look at the raw numbers. We're talking almost 75 inches wide. And it weighs 110 pounds. 110. So yeah, this isn't a one-person job. You're definitely going to need to measure your space and probably phone a friend for help with the setup.
So what do you actually get in that giant box? Well, it's the usual suspects: a power cable, the remote, a stand in case you're not putting it on the wall, and of course, the user manual. No big surprises, but it's always good to know. Now, this is a really important detail. This TV isn't actually sold by Amazon. It's sold by third-party sellers on Amazon. The page shows a couple of options, like Waltz TV and another called Only New AV, which even has a used like new option. That's definitely something to be aware of. Now, buying from a third-party seller, especially something this expensive, can feel a little risky, right? But that's where Amazon's A to Z guarantee comes into play. Think of it as your safety net. It protects you, making sure the TV arrives on time and in the condition they promised, and you get a 30-day window to get a full refund or a replacement if something's not right.
So that brings us back to where we started. The whole idea of this TV is that its AI brain can make everything you watch better. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. When your television is literally thinking about how to show you every single frame, how does that actually change the way you feel when you're watching your favorite movie or playing your favorite game? It's a pretty wild look at where home entertainment is headed.